What is going on, PGA DFS fans? Welcome to the Valspar Championship, my home event of the year, of course, that I've played multiple times, walked around countless others as I moved into the area. My family did just about 8 years ago now, but going to the event ever since. So quite a good history for me there. And now we'll find out about some of the golfers going here this week and the course, Copperhead. And this is the PGA DFS course and player preview sponsored by Yahoo. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to our channel here. You're going to have some awesome content coming out this week. I'll give you a course report and so much more. So let's go ahead and learn a little bit about Copperhead, a par 71 measuring over 7,100 yards. They can stretch it out to a few different ones. Going to play between 72 and 7,300 yards this week. Driving accuracy going to be roughly similar to what they saw the golfers that played last week at Sawgrass, around 65%, but these greens are a lot harder to hit around Copperhead, coming in at 62%. The average green size, well, that's about 5,600 square feet. So again, kind of similar there. Now, this is not designed by Peter Dye, so we don't have to deal with that, but the greens are elevated, quite a lot of elevation changes, which makes them a little bit harder to hit. Speaking of hard, the par 4 16, most difficult hole on the course, a great hole, a little dogleg right, par 4, where there's a very small window to land a drive. You've got woods left, and I already mentioned the pond right, so a very difficult hole. Also, the par 4 18th, the par 3 17th, that is known as the snake pit. Those three holes, the finishing holes on this golf course. And the other one, par 3 13th, also a difficult hole in last year's showing. In terms of the easiest holes, all par 5s are scoreable here, except really number 4. Number 4 is a difficult uphill par 4, measures 605 yards. Not very easy to get to and two at all, but the other three, definitely a more gettable than the first one. All right, let's learn a little bit about the DFS event last year in terms of DraftKings points scored. 136.5 from Sam Burns was the top, the winner, of course, here. 96 was the average. Now, I think this is a great time to bring up the fact that the tournament was played in April. It's typically played in March, and it's a little bit harder. Conditions are always a little bit more difficult, more wind. So I expect scores to come back down around 12 or 13 on there. Sam Burns setting one of the records there at 17 under last year. I don't expect that to happen again. In terms of the top 10 salary, it was about $8,100, so pretty fair there. Now, a little bit more about the golf course and some important statistics this week. First of all, it is TIFF Eagle Bermuda everywhere. I mean, I think we know that by now. It is our 4th week here in Florida. Now, when we talk about strokes gained, the most important statistic, well, this one's a little weird one. When we look at the top 10 last year, and maybe this has a little bit to do with the event, of course, we saw that strokes gained putting, the top 10, almost everybody except for Keegan Bradley gained well over a stroke putting. So almost a putting contest, if you will, where somebody like Justin Thomas, who came in a tie for 13th, ended up gaining 3.3 strokes tee to green, led the field, but came out of the top 10. So you see how important putting and around the green is here this week. Now, in terms of the approach yardage, well, this week, that's going to come in from the 175 to 200. A lot of mid to long irons here this week at the Valspar. All right, now we're going to talk about the players here. It's 144 this time of the year. They have not too much of a problem getting in a full field, especially with daylight savings. They start, right around 7 or 7:30. 5 of the top 10 in the world are here to play and 15 of the top 30. So quite a strong field, especially for this event. Again, Masters is only a couple of weeks away, and you have WGC Match Play Championship mixed in between. So to get such a strong field here is very important. Top-ranked player is going to be Collin Morikawa, and he's actually going to lead off my first click segment. Now, for Collin Morikawa, well, he missed the cut at the Players last week, but played in the worst wave and is not that great in condition. So with people maybe coming off of him, his first time at Valspar, maybe gonna stay off of him. I like going back to him here this week. He's made for this golf course. He hits more fairways than most. He hits more greens than most. And his around the green game has certainly picked up. So I like Collin Morikawa a lot this week. Russell Henley, who had an albatross last week at the Players Championship, he seems like he's knocking on the door. I think a good golf course for him here this week. Don't need to be good off the tee necessarily to win here. So Russell Henley, that's really his only downfall. He's coming in at $40 on Yahoo. Morikawa not quite priced yet. And the last guy, Orlando native Sam Ryder. He has had a solid season. He's coming in at just $20 on Yahoo and will be my long shot pick of the week. So thanks to Yahoo here for the sponsor of this show. Of course, we have partnered with Yahoo this season. If you haven't signed up for them, well, a great time to do so because you're going to get a free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum. That's right, a free month. All you got to do is sign up for Yahoo, be a first-time depositor, and play in your first paid contest. If it's going to be the Thursday contest for the Valspar, just send an email to support@awesemo.com. Sorry about that. I'm trying to read there and missed that line. I apologize. So this week, Valspar, I've already mentioned, it is my home event. We're going to have some great content coming out. The first cut, my article, is already out. That takes you through a walkthrough of every single hole as seen by me. So take a look at that. That is, of course, free on the Awesemo.com website. So until next time, everybody, thank you for joining my course and player preview, and we will see you on the other side, everybody. Cheers.